Good to hear. Rafael, what have you done today?
Actually, I'm here with a friend by my side. He's American, and I'm showing him how it works.
Nice. Okay. Cool. What's his name?
His name is Bradley.
Redley. Okay.
Yes.
Cool. And so, yeah, again, welcome to class, Redley and Rafael then. Sasha, how's it going?
Hi, fine, thank you. How are you?
Doing well, thanks for asking. And Sasha, what was your day like? What'd you do today?
I was learning last hour. I was adding new words for learning to my to special Russian service for learning English. Uh, there is a
Okay.
application for it.
Nice. Um, what have you learned specifically? Was it anything good?
Yeah, a couple money idioms, uh,
Okay.
words, new words.
Do you have an example?
For money idioms,
Mm-hmm.
for instance, sure, to live within my means.
Okay.
It means
What's it mean?
to spend money that uh, not too much money that you don't have. There is opposite uh, to live beyond my
Huh.
means. It's spent too much money that even more than you can afford.
Good. That's it. Exactly right. So to live within your means and live beyond your means. Good. And Ken, welcome to class. Ken, how's it going?
Yes, I'm fine. How are you?
Doing well. Ken, what was your day like? What'd you do today?
Same old. Nothing
Same old thing.
special. Yeah.
All right.
The weather is a kind of cold, rainy day, so a kind of miserable day. But yeah, I went to the shopping mall and
Okay.
to walking inside the shopping mall because it's large shopping mall, and outside it's difficult to walk because of the rain and cold. So I walked there.
All right. Um, yeah, nice. That's good. So walking inside a shopping mall.
Yes.
Did you buy anything or just for walking?
Today I bought some how can I say in English? One coin shop, 100 yen coin, $1 shop maybe in English. Inside shopping mall, there is a $1 shop.
Okay, a dollar
Everything
store.
got $1. Dollar shop,
Yeah, we call it a dollar store.
dollar store. Yeah, I bought two items there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. And all right, I think we're good. Let's get started with today's class. Excuse me. So let's have Adela, can you start out? Can you read the title in the next few lines?
Yes, decisions. Today we will learn decision makings, idioms, read comics about big decisions, learn about irrational decisions, and practice role play.
Good. And Adela, can you ask Ken the first question?
Ken, what are some decisions that you make every day?
Every day, what should I eat? Yeah, I think maybe every moment, not the moment, but every minute, maybe I make my decision. What should I do?
Okay.
It's not a kind of major decision, but yeah.
It's not a measured decision, but good. Maybe instead of saying I make a decision, what should I do? I make a decision about what I should do. So instead of
I
having
watch,
like a question, a statement.
right? I should do, yes.
Yeah. So can you repeat the end of the sentence one more time?
Okay. Every minute I make a decision about what I should do.
Good. And you did a good job kind of trailing off here too. That's really common in in everyday speech. It's not a measured decision, but yeah. So that was well done. And Adela, can you repeat decisions?
Decisions.
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 Good job. Well done. Ken, can you ask Julieta mm, the second question?
Okay, Julieta, and what was an important decision you made today? Talk about it and why it was important.
Oh man, not eating lunch. Why? Uh, just because I was reading, so I lost my appetite and I forgot to go eat lunch.
Okay, to go eat lunch. And did you actually make an important decision today, or was that it?
Um, Today, no, I didn't, but I decided to have a chocolate milk for breakfast.
To have chocolate milk for breakfast. Nice. Did you had
Mhm.
something else, I'm sure, but good chocolate milk. I haven't had chocolate milk in a while. It's pretty tasty. Um, nice. I guess that's good. Maybe, and Jose, welcome to class. Jose, how's it going?
Hello, Joshua. Fine. Thanks for asking. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. Uh, and Jose, what was the most important decision that you made last year?
Last year, for example, the last year, the most important decision that I was, was about choose the place where I went to holidays
Where I,
or on vacations.
okay, yeah, where I go on vacation.
Okay,
Um,
I go on vacation.
this is tricky. So last year, the most important decision I made was about choosing the place where we could say where I would go on
I will go,
vacation,
okay, where I will go on vacation.
but you could also say where I went on vacation because it's in the past
Okay.
tense if you've already taken the vacation where I went on vacation. So either would work,
Okay.
but good.
Both are possible, no, Josh? No,
Yeah,
Joshua? Okay.
both are possible.
Okay.
Um, yeah, and where did you end up going?
I I went to the beach with my wife and my children.
Wife and my children. Okay, cool. Really nice job. And all right, does anybody have any questions on this page? Okay. And let's have Rafael. Can you read the title and the words?
Vocabulary. And all the words,
Yes.
discuss, argue, contemplate, regret, anxiety, possibilities, repercussions, rational, irrational.
Nice. Good job with rational and irrational. Uh, those are tough. Argue.
Argue,
Yeah. Argue. Repercussions.
repercussions.
Nice. Nicely done. Does anybody have any questions about any of these words?
Yes. Contemplate.
Contemplate.
Yes.
Yeah. Can you repeat it one more time?
Yes. Contemplate.
Nice.
Contemplate.
Who can explain what contemplate means?
I think that contemplate the meaning is watching for a long time.
Watching for a long time? I think it's a little bit different. It's not
It's
watching.
different? Okay.
You've got like a you're close, but it is slightly different. I think there's a better definition.
maybe consider.
Considering?
Yeah, thinking long time or deeply.
Yeah, thinking deeply or for a long time.
Before make some decision.
Mhm.
Okay.
So before making a decision. Good.
Like mull over. Is this the same?
Mull over?
Mull over.
Yeah. Yeah, if you mull something over, it's the same as contemplating something.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Repercussion.
Repercussions. Can you repeat that one more time, Ken?
Repercussions.
Good. And let's have Rafael. Can you either tell us what repercussions are or use them in a sentence?
I'm not sure. Consequences?
Hmm. Pretty
The
much.
consequences?
Yeah. Consequences is a good one. Okay. So how would you use that in a sentence?
Can you repeat?
Yeah. Do you think you could use that in a sentence?
Uh, Let me think. No, I don't think so.
Okay. That's all right. Anybody else? Does anybody think that they could use repercussions in a sentence?
The financial crisis had a lot of repercussions on the Spanish life, for example, because the people with economic problems has increased a lot.
Nice.
It's
Because
very complicated, but uh, I try to short. Has a lot of repercussions in diary Spanish life.
nice. Because the number of people with financial problems has increased a lot. Let me Spanish. Yeah. Nice. What would an example of a repercussion be?
Sorry, I have a question.
Hmm.
What is difference with consequences or outcomes, for instance?
Consequences or outcomes? Consequences has a negative connotation. This is it is a
When
little bit more
happens
negative.
something bad.
Yeah. And yeah, generally consequences you'd use for something that's negative. Um, the results are just they're unbiased. The results could be good or bad. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And
Repercussions. Is it? Can it be positive?
yeah.
For example, the decreasement to the petrol barrel reper, repercutes on the price you you buy the in a no oil station.
Mhm.
Is positive, no?
So one of the repercussions, or the unexpected repercussions, it's odd to use the verb to repercuss, like you did, Ella. So apparently
Yes.
it is a verb. We very rarely use it to repercuss. Um, yeah, it's just very infrequently used. Yeah,
Okay.
so the repercussions can be positive or negative. It is mostly negative if you're talking about a repercussion. So like, but you could say like one of the positive repercussions, it's just like an unexpected consequence. Um, again, result would be a little bit more positive. But there's a really good question. It's hard to say. You can use it positively, so it's not only negative, but generally it would be negative. Hopefully that answers your question. Any other questions? Okay, I think we're good. Let's go over and Sasha, can you read the title and the first idiom?
Yes. Idioms. Read the sentence. Guess what the idiom means. On the fence. I'm on the fence as to whether I want to travel or stay at home during my next vacation.
Nice. And Sasha, do you have any ideas what this might mean?
Mm, No, no.
Okay. And maybe Adela, what do you think?
I think is on the fence is you need a choice, no? In want to travel or stay at home, but on the fence is when you don't take. I think don't take for a position. Don't choose, no? Or I don't say exactly.
Mm-hmm. I think that was perfect. When you can't choose between two options. Yeah, when you don't take a position, remember we wouldn't use the preposition for. Um,
Mm.
so on the fence is when you need to make a choice. Um, maybe if you want to travel and stay home, and you can't choose between them, you are on the fence. Just starting sentences, remember we don't start with is, we could start with it is. Um, Della, can you repeat these sentences one more time?
Yes. I think it's on the fence is when you need to make a choice. If to travel and stay at home. And you can choose between them, you are on the fence. It is when you don't take a position, when you can choose between the two options.
Yeah. Sorry, and I kind of messed you up here. If you want to travel and stay at home and you can't choose between them, you're on the fence. But good, that sounded great. It's really good. Does that make sense, Sasha?
Yes, yes.
Okay, good. And Ken, can you read the next one?
Hedge your bets. The company hedged its bets by developing a second line of product.
And what's it
Mm,
mean, Ken?
Maybe having two options.
Okay, having two options. All right. Second line of products. Yeah, can you maybe clarify that a little bit more?
Yes, because company developed the second line product. So now they have a first line and second line, two lines to produce or something. So they have two options now.
Hmm. Why is having two options good, I guess?
Maybe to avoid risk because one line, if the one line stopped, but the second line, if the second line is alive, they can produce.
Yeah. So if one line fails, they can still produce because the second line is available. So if you hedge your bets, you just have more than one option, so you don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Mhm.
So that's another idiom. If you don't put all your eggs in one basket, you won't break them all at once, pretty much. if that makes sense. Has anybody ever heard put all your eggs in one basket before?
Yes.
Okay.
Um, this is a expression, no, very normal in business or in the bank. You can't put all your investment in one business or in one company because they fail. You lost all. You need to have different options to to have a control. One fail, but the other cover, no,
Mhm.
your
Yeah,
investment.
exactly. So you need to hedge your bets, is the expression you'd say. For sure. Good job. And I think we're good. Does anybody have any questions here on this page? Okay. Uh, this is a good one. Julieta, can you read the role of the child? Can you read Calvin's role? And Jose, can you read the role of the tiger?
The more you know, the harder it is to take this decisive action. Once you become informed, you start seeing complexities and shades of gray. You realize that nothing is as clear and simple as it first appears. Ultimately, knowledge is paralyzing. Being a man of action, I can't afford to take that risk.
You are ignorant, but unless you act on it,
Good. Jose, can you repeat at least? Sorry, Jose, can you repeat at least?
yes, at least.
Uh-huh. So you're ignorant, but at least you act on it.
Okay.
Sorry, can you repeat the whole thing one more time?
Okay, you are ignorant, but at least you act on it.
Again, okay. So you're ignorant?
You are ignorant, but at least you
Good.
act on it.
Perfect. Nicely done. Okay, and I think we're good. Jose, what do you think is happening in this Oh, wow, sorry. Julieta, paralyzing.
Paralyzing.
Nothing.
Nothing.
And decisive.
Decisive.
Good. Okay, Jose, what do you think is happening here?
I think that the children, he,
The child.
the child, he don't want to take a risk, and the cat say to the child that he is ignorant.
Okay. So the child doesn't want to take a risk.
Yes.
Mm, I think you're close. Maybe Julieta, can you explain a little bit more?
Mm. Calvin uh, discovered that when you don't know things, you don't care about the consequences that you can have because you don't know. So you just take decision because of your ignorance. And so he decided to rest ignorant,
He decided to remain.
to remain ignorant.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So maybe Sasha, do you think that it is maybe easier to make a decision if you're ignorant?
when you don't know many of things, or I think the easier make decision when you know as much as you can about the problem. Then
So it's easier.
you can make the clear and proper decision.
So when you know as much as you can.
As you can, yes. It's not too hard to decide because you know the all information and you know what you want, and then you can make the right, the proper decision. Actually, uh, I I I read it in one of the Dale Carnegie's book, and it's very good. I think that he said it's basically his words. When you want to make right decision, you have to uh, compile everything as much as you can, and then make the decision.
Okay. Yeah. So I think that's good. So knowing all of the information allows you to make the right decision more easily. Um, yeah, I think maybe Adela, do you think Calvin is worried about making the right decision?
I think Calvin has a lot of information, and when you have a lot of information, it's very difficult to make a decision because you adapt a lot and you need to consider different options. I think finally it's more complicated.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I write a sentence on the chat on the all I know is that I know nothing.
Yeah. It's a good sentence. It's definitely pertinent to this. All right. And yeah, so the more information you have, the kind of more out of control the consequences to your decisions may become or might seem. All right, I think we're good. Does anybody have any questions or comments here?
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
The last sentence of the comics, act on it.
Good. Ken, what's it mean to act on it?
I'll kind of try on it,
So, yeah.
or
Can you explain a little
do
bit
some
more?
action. Do some action to try something. Maybe that meaning?
Okay, so like to try something, if you act on it, yeah,
Act on it.
it might be, yeah, I think you did a good job to do something, to actually make a decision and perform the actions required to complete
Mhm.
what you decided on. Yeah. So
Mhm.
Sasha, when you act on something, you make a decision and then you actually do it. Does that make sense?
Could you please give me one example?
Yeah, so the president decided or maybe promised to reform the tax laws in the country, but when he was elected, he never acted on it. So he never did it. He never performed the action that would have completed his promise. Does that make sense, Sasha? A little bit?
Yes, yes. I
Okay.
think I get it.
And any other questions here? Okay. And let's look at this. Ken, can you read the quotation?
Okay. I think most of us are raised with preconceived notions of the choices we're supposed to make. We waste so much time making decisions based on someone else's idea of our happiness. What will make you a good citizen or a good wife or daughter or actress? Nobody says, just be happy. Go be a copula. Or go live with goat. Sandra Bullock.
Julieta, what's this mean?
Mm, that the general idea of happiness is not to be a cobbler or live with goats, but it's to be successful and have a lot of money.
Uh-huh. It's
So we raise with that idea.
okay.
Raised.
What does she think about that idea?
That is a preconceived idea of happiness.
Okay. Can you elaborate on that?
Mm, She thinks that uh, our life is based on uh, mm, on a general accepted idea of good life, happiness, and success. So
Um,
people don't think about what they want, but they are influenced by birth to do things
influenced from birth.
from birth.
Nice. Yeah, really good. I think that's perfect. Jose, do you agree with that or do you disagree with that? How
Yes,
do you think it's
I
affected
am
you in your life?
I am agree with that.
I agree, not I am agree. I agree.
I agree with that.
Can you explain?
I think that she thinks that our life are based on a generally accepted idea of what a good life and success are.
Okay. So she thinks that life is based on a generally accepted idea about what life and success are. And have you seen that in your own life, Jose?
No, I never have seen in my own life.
Okay. What about with other people in your life? Have you ever seen anybody you know maybe
No,
trying to
no,
pursue? No?
no.
Okay. That's good. And so why do you agree? So she says that most of us are raised with these preconceived notions. If it's never something that you've seen in anybody that you know or in your own life, why do you agree?
Because I think most of us are raised with the preconceived notions of the choices we are supposed to make.
But you don't think that you have those preconceived notions, so that's not in your life?
In my life, no, I don't have preconceived notion.
Okay, but oh, okay, okay. What about you, Sasha? What do you think?
Uh, I would like to make it clear about preconceived notions. What does it actually means?
Okay, who thinks they can explain? What's a preconceived notion?
Ideas that general ideas or a code they have the society about that is good, that is bad. Esa idea uh, before preconceived is before you say is good or bad. You have an idea about that, about the consequence, more or less. I don't can explain really good.
Yeah,
Like I have already have the choices that I make.
sort of.
Yes,
Subconscious, like subliminal.
Hmm.
I think is you think before see the result. What is the result? Is you have oh that is bad, but you don't have really sure that is bad, but you have an preconceived idea before you can you can assure that is sorry I
Yes, I think yeah, I understand. That yeah, like Aka have written social biases.
Hmm. Yeah.
Uh, yes, of course, we live in social groups, and of course, it uh, we keep it subliminally in our minds. Of course, you can avoid everything. It's
Yeah.
TV, it's your parents, it's your relatives, your friends, but
Uh-huh.
you have to uh, try to think clearly to make your own decisions, of course.
Yeah. Okay, so it's everywhere. It's, in everything. Yeah. Okay. Do you think you've seen it in your life, Sasha?
Uh, yes, especially it was when I was young. Now
Okay.
it's much less of it.
Okay, so especially when you were young, but now it's much less, so you don't really see that as often.
Yes.
Okay, good. Um, maybe I think that's good. Does anybody have any questions on this page then?
Uh, Go be a cobbler means, uh, you know, try making mistake or try and error, maybe.
Uh, no. So what's a
No.
cobbler? Does anybody know?
who repairs the shoes, no?
Uh-huh. Yeah. Repairs shoes. So that's what a cobbler is a person who repairs shoes.
Mm.
And yeah, or a person who lives with goats.
Uh, the example, not the idiom, kind of.
No, it's just an example, yeah.
Uh,
So it's an example of kind of a
mm-hmm.
trade occupation. So being a cobbler,
Okay.
it's not really thought of to be a really like successful job for a lot of
And the
people.
expression uh, "go live with goats" uh, uh, does it mean like live with the crowd? Don't think you don't make your own decisions.
That'd be sheep.
Uh-huh.
If you say like go live with sheep or go live as a sheep,
Uh, what about the previous with goats?
that just means actually literally live with the animal goat, um, and watch them and take care of
It's
goats.
like be a cobbler or go live with the goats. It's like be a driver or go live near the sea, for instance.
Yes, so
Just
it's very literal.
okay.
Uh-huh. Um, yeah, they're just not thought of to be like the greatest jobs. Is. what it's about.
It's,
Oh, okay. Does anybody
it's
have any
not,
other
it's not
sorry.
important, no? It's not important the job to be happy, no?
Yeah, so if somebody so nobody says just be happy, go be a cobbler or go live with goats. So even if somebody wanted to be a cobbler, they liked fixing shoes, they liked living with goats, they
Yes,
liked these jobs that were not socially acceptable, nobody would really encourage them to do that because of those preconceived notions of happiness and the choices
yes.
that you should make. Yeah. Any other questions here? Okay. And let's have Adela, can you read this paragraph?
Irrational thinking, overgeneralization, generalization. You see a single negative event, such a romantic rejection or a career reversal as a never-ending pattern of defeat by using words such as always or never when you think about it. A depressed salesman became terribly upset when he noticed bear down on the window of his car. He told himself, just my luck. Bears are always crapping on my car.
Yeah.
Bears, I
Birds.
bears.
And terribly.
Terribly,
Yeah.
terribly.
Noticed.
Notice,
Yeah, noticed.
notice,
Yeah, noticed.
noticed.
Good. I think you did a good job. Maybe overgeneralization.
Overgeneralization.
Good. And yeah, Ken, can you explain this in your own words?
Yeah, maybe, kind of depressive person tend to think the one small event happened. After that, they tend to think everything negative thing happening around him or her, or maybe such kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good yeah, a good way of saying it. Has this ever happened to somebody in your own life, or do you think you've seen this in yourself? Have you ever overgeneralized something?
I tend to have this tendency. So I read the book about how can I say, how can I say rephrase my mood, my inner voice. The kind of that's a training of how can I say to overcome this kind of tendency.
Nice. I've never heard of the phrase. That makes sense. It might
I
be
mean a rephrase, rephrase.
rephrase. Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
No, don't be sorry at all.
So always, maybe I can use other word for always.
Uh-huh. Yeah, another word instead of always. Good. I think that's a really good job. What about you, Julieta? Can you think of an example of this happening in your own life, or to somebody that you know, or maybe just an imaginative example?
I don't know if I remember well, but it's a common thing that people are affected more by negative events than positive. Uh, so there is a tendency to bad bad to a bad interpretation of things.
Maybe to accept bad interpretations of things, or to interpret things badly.
Yes, to interpret badly.
To interpret things badly.
Mm. To, sorry,
No, don't be sorry. To interpret things badly.
to interpret things
Hmm.
badly.
Yeah. Okay, and can you give us an example?
When there was a couple of planes that crashed, people decided to cancel many flights, and there was something like a crisis on airplane company for the airplane company
Hmm. For airplane companies, we might say,
companies.
in general. Good. Nice job. Um,
Mm.
okay, and any other questions? Or any questions or comments? Okay. And actually,
Okay,
Sasha, oh, go ahead.
what does dangon, the bird
Uh,
dangon?
Bird dung. So, the excrement or poop
Oh,
on the
I
window.
thought it was walking.
Yeah, not quite. Um, and Sasha, can you explain what's happening in the experiment that you're showing us?
It's like uh, show us as people always do when you, for instance, uh, 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 in as in our text, for instance, you see a single negative event such as a romantic rejection or career reversal, and you stop doing another attempt to, uh, for instance, to go to a date or to find another job, and it's mentally stops you. So its experiment basically shows what happens when you put the fleas uh, in a jar uh, for a couple of hours, maybe. I don't remember how long exactly. And after you remove the jar, the fleas is still jumping on the same spot. They they get used to it. They think they can uh, they will not be able to do something to jump far that uh, uh, that jar.
Nice.
It's very similar with people behavior in life.
Uh-huh,
That's why
I think
it's
so.
a very interesting experiment.
Yeah, it's a
You can
very
see it
interesting
later.
experience.
You understand me
Hmm.
when you see it.
No, I think you're totally right. I think that's a good experiment. Maybe, yeah, so the idea that people get set in their own ways and routine. It's really difficult to get out of that idea of routine and what you've done is what you will do, kind of. Um,
There
but
is another with fish.
really,
Yes, the people, the scientists, um, put a glass wall in a pool, and fish can't swim in another part of pool. Then they remove the wall, and if even so, fish can swim to another uh, part of pool, but the fish don't do it. She still
yeah.
swim in her own.
Okay.
So it's
Interesting.
also yeah.
Yeah, be aware too that this is it's not an actual like real video. It's a PlayStation commercial that's been changed and they're not real fleas, but it makes a good point. Um, so just be aware of that too. But yeah, that's a really good video. I think it's a good point. Um, okay. And I think let's go on. Skip that. And okay, let's have Alera. Can you read the quotation? Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Maybe Jose. Jose, I haven't heard from you.
Okay. If there are unforeseen and potentially disastrous repercussions to the rash acts of the ignorant, so too are there unanticipated consequences buried in works of genius.
Good. Disastrous.
Disasters, disasters,
Yeah, it's more like disastrous.
disasters, disastrous.
Yeah, it's almost like a shortcut. Disastrous. Disastrous.
Disastrous,
Repercussions.
repercussions,
Mhm. Uh, potentially.
potentially,
Mhm.
potentially,
Unforeseen. Unforeseen.
unforeseen, unforeseen,
And uh, ignorant.
ignorant,
Yeah, it's
ignorant,
ignorant.
ignorant,
hmm Genius.
genius,
Genius.
genius,
Genius.
genius, genius,
Yes. Yes.
yes,
Genius.
genius,
Good.
genius.
Perfect. So this is good, Jose. Can you explain what it's saying really quickly?
Okay, I think if there are disasters, the repercussions uh, are very bigger if you are ignorant.
Um, I think it's actually a little bit different. It's
Yes.
saying that there are repercussions to acts of ignorance, so just something that somebody does without knowing, but there are also severe repercussions to acts of genius. So even if an action or an idea is really well thought out and planned, there are also really unanticipated consequences buried in it. So no matter how intelligent the action, something is always going to be, you know, unanticipated about it. Um, yeah, and
When you anticipate about something, what's happened?
unanticipated.
Yes.
So it's like unforeseen, unthought of. It's like not something that you didn't plan on.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, and so we are out of time, guys. I've got another class right
Okay.
after this. If you want to come in, I'd love to have you all again. Thanks for coming in, and hopefully I'll see you guys soon. Have a really good day.
Okay. Bye.